Hello YouTube, let's continue with the manual mill project. So I've now taken the compound table apart, and if we take a look at it down under, I think that it's not super solid really. This piece here is pretty light. There are many chips inside here, so I need to make some kind of way covers. It is a cheap compound table, but I believe that you should take care of it anyway, so I don't really like to show this, but it is what it is. To take it apart, I first loosened the Gibbs screws for the table and then simply unscrewed it. And when I had removed this one, it was only these two screws that I had to remove that was sticking up here. And then I could loosen the Gibbs screws and slide this piece out as well. And on the large table here, it wasn't a lot of chips really, not on the screw either, so that looked pretty good. So I decided to remove the lead screw since it was so dirty, so I want to clean it off real good. And I removed two bolts here, but it wouldn't come off this part here, so I tapped it gently with a hammer a couple of times, but it seemed to be very stuck. And there are some stuff here that I never seen before. It looks almost like something that you punch in and then it springs out and expand. But what I will do now is that I will take a knife and try to see if I can open a gap here. Yep. There we go. So this is how they looked like, these small little spring type stuff. But yeah, sorry about that noise. So this is how the lead screw was mounted. I'm not very good with bearings and stuff like that, so I will have to put it like this so that I will remember how it was, even though this one here isn't super good really. Needs to be a bit tighter. I think that can be fixed pretty easily, but that will be a later project. I simply took and vacuum cleaned this one off and then wiped it up with some WD-40, so it looks a bit better now. Anyways, the plan is to bolt the compound table and the column base plate together. Let's see. like this, with 4 bolts here, and 1, 2, 3 on each side of the column base plate. And I think I will use these holes here and screw from above. And for these two, I think I will go all the way through, drill straight through the 40x40 and really try to clamp the column base plate down really good. And I think I will perhaps go from above over here as well, we'll see. But I think I will have this one in between to get some support out here and in the middle. So I now bolted the base plate of the compound table down, and I need to clamp this one down to the steel sheet, and then I can drill some small marks here so I know where to drill. So there we have the small spots that I made. So I now started to drill, and I shifted over to Grandpa's old drill here from 1976 I think, and I'm using some small drills at first to just penetrate a hole, since I have a lot of these ones and they are super cheap. And so the hole's now drilled, and it was actually a bit sweaty. So let's do some small deburring here. I went out of battery, but I continued to deburr the holes on both sides, and after that I calculated the center distance for these two, and then I simply took some aluminium and added in between and squeezed them together so I would have them at exactly the same distance from each other. And after that I have now aligned these ones to this one and checked with the Mairo Toyo dial indicator. So I now drilled small spots and also 2 extra holes here that will be under this pocket. So let's remove this one and see how it looks. So I think it looks pretty decent. As you can see, I made the holes, or marked out for the holes, a bit like this, and I'm no engineer or anything like that, but I felt that it might be nice to have some forces a bit distributed in this direction. I don't know, hopefully it will do. I know this took some effort actually. These 2 holes here are 40 millimeters deep, feel like I need to increase the speed a bit, so let's try and do some tapping with the screwdriver. Haven't done it in steel, only used it on aluminium. So the tapping is now done, and it wasn't super successful trying to do it with the screwdriver. The tap just started to spin when it met some resistance, so I had to do the most of it by hand. But what needs to be done now is to drill up the holes here as well as here, so that I can fit M10 bolts inside here. So I now drilled up all the holes and mounted these two screws that will be under here. So now it's time to test mount the base for the compound table. All the holes seem to line up very good. However, I do get an issue with that the screws that I have ain't long enough, so I think I will have to buy some, since these ones ain't engaging much at all into the threads. But yeah, let's test mount the column. So here we have it. The column is bolted down with 2 bolts all the way through here. Then I will need to come up with something in the middle here where it will be bolted down with 2 more bolts. Then on the sides here I'm thinking about some angle irons. And yeah, I think I will end this video like this and be back in the next video. Take care and see ya.